Hey, Barack Obama, I just want to say that while you think executive order supersedes everything, executive order is nothing more than legislative fiat. And what I want to remind you of is that while it's legislative fiat and it's illegitimate, it's as illegitimate as you are in your presidency, considering you are the terrorist in chief, occupying the White House, pretending to be the president. You are not my president. You are a Führer. You are a communist. You are a Marxist. Now, in other countries, when they refer to the word Democrat, they refer to the word communist, Marxist, socialist, or fascist. It still means the same thing, Barack. It still means fascism, socialism, communism. One form of control over the government. The government controls the people, not the other way around. Now, in our country, it's a republic. I know you keep wanting to refer to it as a democracy, so it better fits your agenda. But while we may have a democratic election process, we have what is called a republic, a establishment of free men and women, regardless of their color, based on the fact that we are separate but equal, which means while we may not look alike, while we may not think alike, we still have these same equal protections, like the right to bear arms, the right to free speech, the right to freedom of the press, free religion, and freedom of assembly. We also have the ability to nullify federal laws that are illegitimate and unconstitutional. Now, while we're talking about illegitimacy and unconstitutional, whether or not you fall under the natural born citizen clause or not is beyond me. I really could give a shit less because, as far as I'm concerned, you're as anti American and un American as they come. I wanted to let you know something, right? Barack, I really don't care to the point where you can just go to hell. That's how I really feel. You can just go to hell. And as far as your Muslim Brotherhood goes, well, that's how I feel about that. That's right. F it. The Tequiyah, the Quran, the whole fucking nine. You know why? Because as an American, we will not accept Sharia law in this country. As an American, and you've proven your presidency to be illegitimate, you can write all the executive orders you want. You can tell me anything you want to tell me. You can tell me that by me making this video right now, it could have somebody arrest me, and I still don't give a shit because I don't like you. I hate you. I want to force feed you bacon and let you taste the good part of life. You know, experience the good things in life instead of being so miserable and I don't know. You call it Muslim and the religion of peace, but I call it terrorism because you are the terrorist occupying the White House right now. It was clear that you were a terrorist back in 2009 when Border Patrol agent Brian Terry got shot by a gun that you had arbitrarily put in the hands of a Mexican drug cartel under Fast and Furious. Yeah, and then you know, while Benghazi was as bizarre as it got, it was also a little sensible all the way up until recently in April of 2014, whenever the London, UK Daily Mail had put out the email information regarding the Obama administration shipping armaments to Al Qaeda operatives in Syria. Hey, there goes that word. When you trying to arm Syrian rebels, the Al Qaeda operatives in Syria? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is it not a crime of treason to aid and abet the enemy, a sworn enemy of the nation in which you govern or you call yourself governing? So, here's the thing. Now we're at a crossroads, thinking that maybe you're just incompetent, and I would love to give you that much credibility. I'd rather think you were incompetent than intentionally destroying the fabric of this nation. But one thing I happen to understand is that one, your religion of peace, the Quran, tells you to behead and chop off the fingers of those that don't believe. It also tells you, and Nadal Hassan from 2009 Fort Hood shooting is a perfect example of this, that in order to advance Islam and jihad, you must lie to an infidel to infiltrate. So Nadal Hassan was 20 years a psychiatrist in the U.S. military before shooting and opening fire on 16 Marines on a U.S. military base. after yelling Allah Akbar. Well, when arrested and brought to court, Nadal Hassan admitted to everything. He said that Tequiyah told him to do that. Are you operating under the guise of the Tequiyah, Barack Hussein Obama, bringing hate and oppression to the American people? Very so with Toro. Seriously? And you expect us to believe it? You're not even black. That's the outrage. I don't know why black people keep calling you black. You're not even black. I mean, seriously, I think Abraham Lincoln was more African American than you, and at least he did more to help history than he did to damage it. Um, One thing I can say to you, Obama, is that you are awakening a sleeping giant. The world is watching the American people. They are waiting for us to revolt against you. And come May 16th, dude, come hell or high water, we really don't give a fuck what you say because it's not up to you to decide. What we're going to do is we're going to swarm Washington, D.C. in a peaceful manner, a constitutional manner, by the millions, much like, 9/11, 2013, whenever you had the nerve to grant a permit for Muslims to march on the Washington Mall, but you told the bikers they couldn't ride through, and all they wanted to do was ride through. So what did they do? They stopped in the White House lawn on the South Lawn. 2 million of them. And if you think that we can't get 2 million or more American patriots that are fed up with your lawlessness, your usurping of the Constitution, your usurping of our tradition and values, and you've got another thing coming, you Muslim, communist, Marxist. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there because this is supposed to be sort of family friendly. But I've already cursed. I apologize for my cursing, guys. But Obama just pisses me off. I want to spit nails. I really do. I don't know who or why anybody could think of him as the president anymore. I mean, his president is illegitimate. He's unconstitutional and lawless. So therefore, his presidential uh, qualifications could be nullified and uh, exasperated as of immediately. Um, the fact that Barack Obama gave Night Stalker Valerie Jarrett, the second commander in chief, the authority to grant cross border authority during the night of the Benghazi attack is a dereliction of duty because under our law, only the commander in chief has the authority to give cross border authority. So, therefore, that wasn't even a legitimate order to, pardon me, stand down or not stand down. I mean, seriously? He gave Valerie Jarrett, confirmed Iranian born Valerie Jarrett, the authority to grant permission on whether or not our men were saved. You know, Glenn Doherty, Sean Smith, Chris Stevens, and Tyrone Woods. But what happened instead was 2 weeks prior to the attack, Ambassador Chris Stevens sent then Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton a request for backup. I think he had 12 security officers and he had requested another 12 to 24. But what Hillary Clinton did, instead of granting him his request for backup, was she relieved 12 officers, leaving Ambassador Stevens with not 24 officers, but 12 officers, soon to be down to 6, prior to the attack. Now, this is 9/11, 2012. Something doesn't seem right about that. I mean, just common sense would tell you because 9/11/01 is the anniversary of the World Trade Center. 9/11 2012 is 11 years later. 9/11 2013 is 12 years later. 9/11 2013 there's to be a Muslim march against Washington, but it was countered by 2 million bikers who happened to be military veterans to D.C. 9/11 2012 was a protest from a YouTube video that was proven to be a lie, a falsehood, a fabrication from the Obama administration. They've kind of admitted to lying about it, just like they admitted to lying about the 36 times if you like your house covered, you keep it, which is the lie of the year. Uh, but it's just the idea that we have a so-called president occupying the White House, regardless of the fact that he was elected twice by voter fraud, dead people, people's pets, and people that voted 2 and 3 times over, which has been proven time and time again. They've got countless verification of voter fraud, and nobody does anything. I mean, what are we scared of this man? He's only a man. I don't care who he's got backing him. George Soros, he can fuck you. He can go fuck himself. Uh, the Muslim Brotherhood. That's what I think of your Quran, Obama. That's what I think of your Quran, Obama. What are you gonna do? Come knock on my door? I'm not scared. What I'm scared of is my people in this country doing nothing. What I'm scared of is looking my daughter in the face when she asks me, what did I do to stop communism? And I say nothing. That's what I'm scared of. I'm asking you, the people watching this video, to do the same thing. Fear doing nothing. Don't be afraid to take a stand.